So yeah, like the vendors such as Cisco can help us understand
Yep.
what we can get out of their products, what functions are available in their API, write new functions for us in some regards.
Yep.
The system integrator looks at that plus all of the other things from multiple vendors,
Yep.
make sure that's on the network, gets data out of that, and then can pass over to UX experience experts
That's right.
who can work out, well, if we have all of this available to us, what can we do in terms of the user experience, the user interface,
Yep.
the automation. And then typically we're running our partners, such as Monster Labs, they're running this as agile sprints, right? So
Definitely.
but that's the integration can still run their own project in their own way.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. So most of them are still following. Um, they're still following an agile sprint methodology, even on the back end integration piece, where it's running that way. It might be running to a timeline, but it's definitely running on sprints with achievements within each of those periods. If you take the Monster Lab example, for example, they're working on client projects with us at the moment that they're running agile 2 week sprints from discovery, from sprint zero all the way to the completion of an application or integration and solution that they're building out for us, which is great for the client. They can work on a particular piece that meets the velocity of the team that's working on that product. They're not going to overly commit themselves or provide a team that's going to be 30 odd people to provide a solution very quickly. It's a great way for the client to add features, to look at their priority list of features and bring those in as they're getting user research back from their staff and clientele. One of our largest clients at the moment is doing that, and they've done that for the last 2 years on their product, and it's working really well because they're taking it back to the business, asking what they want, bringing that information back to user experience, flow design, and then once that's all agreed and happy with, everyone gets to development, and those roll out on a development cycle that's known by the firm. Everyone knows what's happening, what's coming up in the future, and it just creates a really good solution for the clients to add requests to, and to have little pieces trickling into the solution all the time, not creating too much change fatigue, I suppose you'd call it. But a really good solution that's well thought out, and all of the businesses inputting into that, which is great.
And is adapting to priorities in real time. I think that's important
Definitely.
because
Yeah.
if let's say you have a 6-month project, but by month 2 or 3, those priorities are completely
Yeah.
redundant, but you still go through the motion of completing a project you've set it up to fail. But
That's correct.
with the release cycles, you can constantly reassess the priorities.
Yeah, yeah. So going back to that, the waterfall model suggests that if you had a particular scoped project that in most cases, if one thing changed, you would potentially fail. You wouldn't meet the
Yeah.
milestone. You wouldn't be paid for a piece of work. You would need to renegotiate. So it's very stuck in its way. Whereas the process that we follow would allow for these kind of changes to fluctuate throughout a project.